That's quite a strange sport. How did it all start?
Kind of started with me. I was the first one to take up hammer throwing in the family back in 2010, and 2 years after that, she came through. And
what attracted you to the sport?
Well, seeing my brother succeed, getting all the being the SA champ during his school career, that really kind of motivated me to kind of enter the sport.
And what do your parents say when you say, this is what I'm going to do going forward?
Parents are really supportive from the beginning, because we come from a very sporty family, and it's always just been like that. My parents were, well, our parents, our parents were very sporty as well in their youth. Mother used to play volleyball, and I was a high jumper in college, and my dad was a football player.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, so we just come from a very sporty background at home.
Oh wow! Okay, so that moment for you, Phethisang, when you, you became the SA Junior Champ and Youth Champs or the African Champs. What was that like? That moment of victory?
It was liberating. I didn't think the African Champs that I would be the champion. I really didn't think so.
And obviously, Tshepang, you've been in this journey for a while now. I mean, it's quite an achievement, to take that record. Chris has held it for a while now. So, it comes with a lot of responsibility as well. But like, just take us through that feeling of just getting that title.
I mean, you have to look back at 2014 when I started throwing senior ranks as a junior. I was a first year junior at the time. And getting silver behind Chris at my first senior nationals was already a big motivational factor for me to just keep going with throwing. And from there, it's been filled with ups and downs, because I've always had either second place or third place.
Yeah.
It's always been like that. Second, third, second, third, second, third. And this year, we just finally got it right, me and my coach, Basikun, who actually coached Chris as well when Chris was still coming up. So it was just a great feeling to be able to take after my mentor and to actually be the one to break his stronghold.
What does he say to you now? Like, obviously you're still competing against him, but like, what does he say when you see your success?
No, I mean, Chris has always been a very good mentor since my starting hammer throw, and he's always been able to advise me on what to do, how to do it, especially because hammer throw isn't really a very well accepted sport in the country.
Especially not in the black family.
Especially not in the black community. That's the thing.
We play football.
That's your first
coordination.
Thought. That's your first thought. And yeah, so just coming from that, Chris has really been helpful in my career thus far. And I still remember on the Friday when he threw nationals, after I won, he actually just congratulated me.
Oh, that's good.
He was like, well done, you deserve it. And those words just coming from him meant so much, because he's been with me through the journey from the beginning, and to have him say that was just like, thank you.
I mean, I've got two siblings. They're both older, but I remember I kicked their butts and everything. So I assume you are definitely the more competitive one in the family.
I think so, because I have an African title and he doesn't have an African title. Yes,
throw it in there.
Yes, I have to. I mean,
Are there other siblings? I mean, I met your who I assume is your little brother earlier, who's like so talkative. I'm like, if he doesn't go into sport, he's definitely going to come and take my job. That's for sure. But are there any members in the family who are also doing, who's going to follow in your footsteps? I mean, you mentioned your parents were also very active.
We have a cousin, Bokang. He's a hurdler.
Oh, nice.
Hurdler, yeah, hurdler, 400 hurdler.
And your little siblings, anyone else is going to do something?
Well, hopefully they do, because we've just setting the pace now, and I mean, they have to be there.
Would you encourage them, though, to take hammer throw? Isn't that quite a different sport? And maybe, as you mentioned, it's not a well-known sport in the black families.
Honestly, well, from my side, I feel it would actually be really good to just establish ourselves as the hammer throwing family. Everybody who just comes up from the family, we already know that, no, you're going to be a hammer thrower, that's it. It's not up for debate. That's all you're going to do.
So are we going to talk to Bokang and say you need to change?
Yeah, no, he has to. He has to. He doesn't have a choice. He doesn't have a choice.
So, I mean, you're both still at school, right? Or at least pursuing your studies. How do you balance both? Is this not a bit of a distraction for you?
It is a bit, but we try time management. After practice, go straight to the books or sleep, then wake up late and then see if we can study.
And for you?
She has to speak for herself. I mean, university is quite a bit challenging, because I'm doing my third year in my sports science diploma, as my third and final year, actually. And yeah, it's quite challenging to actually try and balance the training and the gym and the studies and the assignments. It's a lot to take in, and it's very difficult for student athletes to come up. You only have a few exceptions like Akani and Wade who could actually come up without a lot of work from their studies, and it worked for them, and hopefully it works for me too.
What options did you have in terms of sport? Like if you were doing hammer throw, anything else you'd like to pursue?
Netball and discus still.
Could you still do that while you're doing hammer throw though?
Discus, I don't really think so because the techniques are so far apart. So doing discus would ruin my hammer technique. So, no, it's not.
And for you, I mean, there's still football. I mean, hello.
Yeah, I've had a lot of encouragement from the rugby coaches to just try and take up rugby, but that's not the sport for me.
Definitely not. Wow. Okay, I am very surprised about this. Well, I mean, I will assume that you at least follow what's happening in terms of football in the country and maybe worldwide. You guys, any teams follow football at all?
Not
really. Cheapers. When you take your black cards? What is happening?
I mean, same way as the black football players don't know about hammer throwing. So it's a win-win.
No, because
and
hammer throw.
loss.
No, hammer throw is foreign. Football is not.
How is hammer?
As in, it's foreign for a regular family. You know what I mean? I mean, it's great that you guys are doing this, and obviously, Olympic sport is always great that you have families that actually, trying to explore different things. Yeah. But what I'm saying is, like, the reason I'm asking, because obviously there's a big football match going on today, so I wanted to see if you guys, where your head space is in terms of football.
I mean, it depends on which match you're talking about.
I'm talking about the Nedbank Cup.
Dad's actually a Kaizer Chiefs fan, so. I mean.
Is Dad going for Kaizer Chiefs?
Yeah, although they broke his heart a couple of times.
A couple of times.
The whole season. let's just the whole season. Exactly. Yeah, but he's a diehard Kaizer Chiefs fan, so.
Okay, so.
I guess I'll go with him on the Kaizer Chiefs side.
And I also follow just to support. Just to support.
I mean, on a regular, what does a family environment entail for you guys? When you're just not participating in sport.
Watching athletics. I mean, it's the Diamond League tonight, so that's probably what we're going to be doing.
Okay.
And apart from that, there's nothing.
Okay, so when you look at athletes, especially like, in the athletics space, who inspires you guys, in your journeys? Who do you look up to when you've mentioned Akani Simbini, you mentioned Wade, who are quite inspirational in the country, but
they've all done incredible things. But personally for me, Custer takes the cup.
Yeah.
Custer takes the cup. I mean, I've actually had the chance to spend a good 2-3 years with her when she was studying in Potchefstroom, and I just got to learn a lot from her as well in regards to how to just manage your athletics and how to actually just be yourself. Don't be consumed by all the athletic stuff going on. Still make time to be the person that you are without the sport. So
yeah, her mental strength is just something out of this world. Thank you both. Well, for your dad's sake, I hope Kaizer Chiefs does not break his heart tonight, because, hey, that was Tshepang and Phethisang Makhethes joining us in studio to talk all things hammer throw. They are SA and Junior Championships.